You are watching a Fiend production paying tribute and honor and homage to Michael Allen Green, the inventor of Fiend. Viewers, I want to bid you welcome to this video. This is your host, Ricky Klein, the Cassette Master. And today, we have a very special recorder that I want to present for your viewing and listening pleasure. I think for over 10 years, I've been wanting to get this particular model. I don't remember exactly what year I first saw it on some website online of a tape recorder collection, but I'd see this particular recorder displayed amongst various recorder collections on the interwebs, and for I think over 10 years I've been wanting to get that particular model, and very rarely would I ever see it on eBay. And I remember once seeing one on eBay for exorbitant price, and I said, no, that's too much. Finally, I found one on eBay for an acceptable price, and was determined to win. And I finally got the droid that for so long I have been looking for. And that is the Telmar T-100 reel-to-reel tape recorder. Although I think it was manufactured by Mitsubishi. Here is the Telmar T-100 reel-to-reel tape recorder in its original leather case. The case is actually genuine leather, as you can see here, though the carrying handle on said case is the vinyl fake leather material, probably for added durability. On the other side of the leather case is a holster in which the original dynamic microphone can be kind of, held in place. You see, you kind of snap it onto the recorder to keep it with the recorder. So you might think I conveniently plug the microphone in there. No, that's the earphone jack. The microphone has your classical mic and remote jacks built into one module, which is very common, especially was common with old cassette recorders. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this style of a connector. It's a very standardized spacing. There were various different spacings used on different machines. Each had their own standard, but the most common spacing is this specific spacing right here. I don't know the actual distance between the two jacks, but it's a very typical spacing seen on many cassette recorders. And come to think of it, this little recorder is about the size of some smaller cassette recorders, and even smaller than a lot of cassette recorders. Let's just do a little bit of a of a comparison here. We have the Copal CT-700 cassette recorder that I showed in another video in the not so distant past. It's a very nice little cassette recorder. One of my favorites, actually. If we take this cassette recorder to do a size comparison with the Telmar, when I compare the sizes, you can see that it's almost the same size. It's not much bigger than the Copal recorder. Of course, the Telmar is a little thicker than the Copal recorder, but it's really surprisingly small. When you compare these two recorders here, you'll see a surprising, the Telmar is not much bigger, and the couple is pretty small, a pretty small cassette recorder. And then when we get the, let's compare this to another cassette recorder that I have lying at this desk conveniently. This is a Sony TCM 5000 EV. A cassette tape recorder, and you can see the Telmar, being a reel-to-reel, is considerably smaller than this cassette recorder. So it's a very little reel-to-reel recorder, and very adorable, very cute and adorable, and it's just a neat little recorder, and it's great fun, and it's just nice. Okay, so the Telmar here. You can see it's got a genuine leather case, and unfortunately the case is a little bit damaged right here. It's broken, and it was like that when I got it. That doesn't bother me too much because the brokenness is not on the recorder itself but on the case. If the recorder was damaged like that, that'd be very different scenario. If I received the recorder itself damaged, that would be one thing. If I damaged the recorder myself, I would beat myself up for it for the rest of my life and never be able to forgive myself for it, and it would be a constant pain. Okay. So yeah, another view of the original leather case here. You can see some vents on the back, and round speaker vents on the leather case versus on the recorder, the speaker grill is square. Although you can see the round hole underneath for the obviously round speaker. So oh my goodness, it's such a neat little recorder. And yes, it's just amazing. To show some more of the Telmar here, on the back of the Telmar, I want to show this little message here. Every bloody time. Now, I had to take a knife and separate the two halves of this sticker here. If I were to try to peel it off, it would have just completely ruined it. So I had to take a knife and carefully cut across it. When I took the recorder apart, I had to take the recorder apart to completely recap the amplifier, because all the signal caps in there were so leaky the ESR meter didn't even register a thing. And then the bigger capacitors, like 100 microfarads, registered a little bit, but were still leaky. Only alcohol can be used to clean up the dirt of the case. This case. So it's an interesting message. You don't expect to see that on any recorders. One would probably expect you could just use like a paper towel moistened with water or something to clean the case. And that would probably work, although I'm not going to try it because it specifically states to use alcohol. Obviously, we'd be talking about isopropyl alcohol here. But still, it's just a neat little thing about it. Now here's the bottom of the Telmar. Nice thing about the vents is they're actual for real. They actually are vents. They're not just fake vents for decoration. If we look up close here, you can see on the back bottom it says all transistor and made in Japan, and you'll see 2323. You think, aha, serial number 2323. Then you look online and you see Telmar T-100 on some other website. 2323. Okay, there's a YouTube video of someone showing their Telmar T-100. 2323.
I apologize. I don't remember the name of the channel offhand. I'm sorry. Otherwise, I would give a shout out. That's not the serial number. See, originally I thought it was the serial number until I saw all these other Telmars had 2323 on them. So I don't know what 2323 means. But it's not the serial number because it's the same on the different Telmars I've seen online. Either that or it was meant to be a serial number and there was some mistake with the serializing system and they were all stamped with the same number, which would be kind of a mess up. But I kind of doubt that was the case. It probably is some other number, but I don't know what it designates. So unfortunately, we don't appear to have any kind of serial number on this particular machine. Either that or every machine was stamped with the same serial number by mistake, which is not good. But I'm guessing it might possibly could be something that could happen, perhaps. But I mean, I did have a tape recorder one time that had the date stamped in it, and it was supposed to say 1961, and it said 1951 by mistake, but I knew that that machine couldn't possibly exist in 51, so obviously the 5 hadn't clocked over to the 6 for the date stamper, but anyway, that was a Grundig-Leaky reel-to-reel portable. Okay, so, and I'm chin-wagging like a madman. I haven't even turned the machine on yet! Man, I'm wasting everyone's time. I mean, okay, so let's go ahead and make a recording. We're going to use the original mic first. Now, this is a manual level control machine, but of course has no level meter, and it has no level indicating light. You have to look at the volume control, and you turn it all the way down, it's like that. Then you turn it a little bit, and you got one line. Turn it a little more, you got 2 lines. Turn it further, and you got 3 lines, and then you can turn it further from there. So you have to kind of use those lines to gauge your sensitivity. For close range voice, I usually go not right at the center line, or that's one line, but a little bit before the line is centered with the volume letters. So I'm talking like a madman, and I'm not describing things well and whatnot. Okay, whatever. It's just my own. It might be fine. Okay. This is a recording on the Telmar 555. I do it all the time. It's not the 555. I do have a Telmar 555, yes. It's a very nice reel-to-reel tape recorder. 3 speeds. Thank you very much. No, this is the Telmar T-100. A reel-to-reel tape recorder. And it only has a single speed. Yeah, I'm in that kind of mood. I say things like puppy. I say things like huh after I say something. Okay. I don't need to film all these recording operations, but I'm using the Sony F96 microphone with the Telmar T-100 to see how... This is a recording on the Telmar 555. I do it all the time. It's not the 555. I do have a Telmar 555, yes. It's a very nice reel-to-reel tape recorder, 3 speeds. Thank you very much. No, this is the Telmar T-100, a reel-to-reel tape recorder. And it only has a single speed. That's right. It's one single speed. And that is 15/16 inches per second. The real size is 1 7/8 inches, funnily enough, diameter. But the recording speed is 15/16, and there's no changing of the speed. Well, there is a little trimmer inside, I believe, to adjust the motor speed, but obviously that's just going to adjust it slightly. It's not going to actually make it go to different speeds. It's not meant to be adjusted. It's inside the machine. And again, I'm chin-wagging like a madman. I'm chin-wagging too much. I'm talking up the storm, and I think the tape on here is 0.5 mil thickness, if not thinner. It's very thin tape. It'll record for 40 minutes per side, which for a little portable is outstanding. It's 2-track mono, of course. The frequency response is very narrow on this recorder. It's 200 hertz to 3 kilohertz. So, obviously, it's more or less telephone quality. But it still sounds pretty good, especially considering, I know there's a little bit of sibilance using this microphone. It's less bad using a Sony F96, which I'll be using soon. But, it still sounds, for 15/16 on a reel-to-reel, sounds pretty good. I mean, it's a great dictation recorder. And of course, well, obviously it's Capstan Drive. I don't need to mention that. Okay, let's go ahead and get the Sony F96 on this puppy, huh? Yeah, I'm in that kind of mood. I don't need to film all these recording operations, but I'm using the Sony F96 microphone with the Telmar T-100 to see how it sounds. Now this recorder can get very sensitive. Wow. Jeez Louise. Let's stop the camera. We're going to turn the level to two bars on the volume knob. It's probably overdriving like mad. I'm speaking at arm's length distance on the Telmar T-100 reel-to-reel tape recorder. Yes, I burped. And now we're going to turn the level to 3 moon bars. It's 3 bars. It's probably overdriving like a madman, saturating the tape thoroughly. Might even have print through. And now we're going to put the level all the way up. The level's all the way up. And we're making a very strong recording on the tape. And I'm sure we're thoroughly saturating. I can even whisper now. I'm whispering on the Telmar T-100. Okay? Okay. Hope you enjoyed this recording.
Even with the level all the way up, I was impressed by it really performs well, even though it's a manual level control and you have no VU meter or any kind of level indication aside from marks on the knob itself. It really performs well. Even overdriven audio, it tends to handle it pretty good. And of course, this is an AC bias recorder. Thank you very much. This thing is not DC bias. And I believe AC bias is more forgiving of overdriving and tape saturation than DC bias is. So, although it is DC erase, there's a little bit of background noise on the tape from DC erase. But I'm just very pleased with the performance of this little recorder, especially considering the fact that it is 15/16 in speed, because obviously it has to have the equalization for this speed, and you need a really thin head gap as well for low speeds like that. Okay, next we will show how it records music. Yes, I am fully aware of the fact that I purposely enjoy burping into my videos into professional grade microphone. I find it fun. Others may not, but we're all human beings with a free will. And my free will says, aha, I like to burp in my videos, so there. I hope you enjoyed the video of the Telmar T-100 reel-to-reel tape recorder. I don't know exactly what year this one came out. I would think probably 1968 or around there. Anyway, it's a very nice tape recorder. It only cost $40 in the 1960s when it was new. You'd think more of these would have gotten sold, but probably the downside with these was they weren't compatible with most other recorders. Their reel size was smaller than most other recorders, and then if you wanted to play a tape made on this recorder back on a full-size reel-to-reel, most reel-to-reels didn't have 15/16 inches per second as one of their speeds, so most of the time you had no choice but to listen to Alvin and all his chickmunk companions unless you had a 4-speed or at least a recorder that went down to 15/16 like a Uher 4000 Report or a Sony TC800B or a Wallensack 5300 or other recorders that went to 15/16 or a Sony TC905 or 905A that managed to go to 15/16 inches per second. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. This very long, when I say long, it's long. It's too long. Too much chin wagging. Too much chin wagging, and I'm doing literally right here, right now, in this video. But hey, oh, by the way, speaking of which, there's a Wallensack 5300 right there. Though its head is a little bit worn, unfortunately. Affecting the left channel mostly. Oh man, that's one thing that gets me going is when one channel, a stereo recorder has one channel not performing as well as the other, drives me up the wall. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let's turn off my grandparents' old 1940s lamp. There we go. On a side note, Jesus, stupid desk catches there every time. Every time. Oh my gosh. Cord catches on a specific area of the desk literally every time I try to pick it up from a certain location, and it is annoying. Just for anyone out there who doesn't know, the microphone used in this video for its audio is a Shure SM57. Right here. It was a gift from Speaker Freak 95. It's an extremely nice microphone. Wow. All metal construction except the top part's plastic, but feels sturdy. It's heavy. It sounds amazing, but I made it because of popping peas. I made this little foam popping filter to, make the popping less bad. Heck, it even affects my voice. Take it off, it sounds like this. Put it on, it sounds like this. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye. This has been a Cassette Master production.